Inman?
Respectfully, I'm not going to answer any questions.
How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? Mind if I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, my name's Investigator Ryan Metter with the Illinois Secretary of State Police.
Yes, sir.
Are you a First Amendment auditor? Is that what you're doing?
I'm just a citizen exercising constitutional rights today.
Okay. Sure. So, as you know, there's a sign there that says notice recording or photography of any type is not allowed.
Okay.
Yep. So you can't have you videotaping inside the facility. And there's that. State's case law favors. State of Illinois has to not allow the recording or photography of any type in Secretary of State facilities. All inquiries should be directed to the Secretary of State Office of the General Counsel, 217-785-3094, and ask for Pamela.
Do you have any case law attached with this that you'd be willing to provide me, or?
Contact the General Counsel, and they'll be able to give it to you. So, do you have
Sure.
your ID on you?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. What's your name, partner?
Am I being detained right now?
I mean, unless the Secretary of State wants you trespass, that's why I'm trying to get your name.
Okay. What statute would that be trespassing under? State-supported land?
Well, you disregarded a sign that says recording of any type is not allowed, so you violated that sign.
So you are suspecting me of trespassing?
I'm saying if we want to trespass you, I would need your name. So
I am being trespassed?
As of right now, you're not being trespassed.
Okay. So as of right now, I'm not under suspicion of a crime.
Okay, here's the thing though. If you show back up and you cause issues, then we'll have your name.
Nobody even asked me to leave.
Okay. Well, they're asking you to leave.
Okay. Or respectfully, I'm going to decline.
Okay. So now you are trespassing.
Okay.
So what is your name?
Would you mind, before we move any more forward, because I'm gonna do you a favor.
Yeah.
Okay, before anybody loses qualified immunity, look up the statute that you're willing to trespass me under and cite that. I promise you it.
Okay. Are you refusing to leave the property?
Will I be arrested if I don't leave?
You'll be cited. Yeah.
I'll be cited with what citing?
Criminal trespass to property. Actually, it's criminal trespass to state-supported property. Because you're refusing.
The encounter begins quietly, but the tension crackles instantly. A lone auditor enters a state facility, camera rolling, fully aware that his presence alone is going to test boundaries. Within seconds, an investigator steps forward, polite voice, official stance, and a question that flips the tone. Are you a First Amendment auditor? From hey, everything shifts. The officer points to a sign banning all recording, using it as the foundation for possible enforcement. But the auditor stands firm, refusing to answer questions, refusing to provide ID, and refusing to surrender rights. This opening scene sets the stage for a legal showdown. Two sides trying to feel each other out, both convinced.
That statute up, and it will be in plain text why I am not in violation of that statute. I've just been through this. I'm doing you a favor, Metter. Officer Metter.
Yeah, you got the name right. Yep.
And
most people mispronounce it. So
well, you gave it to me first, and I appreciate that. Obviously, in the heat of the moment, that I'm not very confrontational at all. I'm not looking for a confrontation, but I'm not looking to have my rights stepped on.
I understand. I respect that. I respect your. I appreciate that and everything. And like I said, I'm just telling you that. That's why I gave you that piece of paper. Okay. And here's the thing: I'm not looking at writing you a ticket.
Right.
I'm not wanting to go down that. I'm just wanting you to respect your rights.
So like the summons. Yeah, the summons for the ticket, would that go to the municipal court in Salem?
It would go to the Marion County courthouse.
Okay. I'm gonna do you one last favor here.
I'm not telling you I'm trespassing you, but I would like your name for my case.
Yeah, and I understand how that goes, but no matter what, I'm not gonna give it. I'm gonna do one last favor for everybody here. Call Tim Hudspeth. You're going to do yourself a very big favor with your career, and I'm not trying to be a dick. Yeah. I know it sounds very pretentious, me saying that. Call Tim Hudspeth right now, and I promise you, he will tell you I'm fine to do what I'm doing. That's the bottom line. He doesn't know me personally, but I just dealt with him personally. Call Tim Hudspeth. He's going to be the prosecutor. He's going to know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter who does it. If you're off shift, if any one of them guys in there decide to come in here and record, we have the right to do it.
Well, here's the thing. I appreciate what you're doing, okay? I'm not, like I said, I'm a full advocate for people using their rights. Okay?
Sure.
But with it being a Secretary of State So they have their own policy, and as far as the general counsel goes also, that's why we give you the number for the general counsel, is a lot of people have social security cards, birth certificates, other things out here that we don't want people recording. You know what I mean?
Well, they shouldn't be dealing with that in public, though. You know, if they're going to do...
They have to do that inside.
No, they can take them somewhere private. So, 720, let me see if I remember this right. 720 ILCS 521-5. That's criminal trespass to state-supported land. And I'm going to read it right from the...
This is where the tone shifts from curiosity to confrontation. The officer pushes harder, asking for a name, hinting at trespassing, and circling the auditor with increasingly fame language. But the auditor pushes back just as hard, demanding the statute, demanding case law, demanding accountability. And then comes the defining moment of the clip. The auditor warns the officer about qualified immunity, a phrase that freezes officers in their tracks. He challenges the entire foundation of the officer's threat, calmly insisting that no law is being broken and that no grounds exist for trespass. The back and forth is sharp and surgical. Every line adds fuel to the tension. The officer insists there's policy. The auditor insists there's law. Two interpretations collide, and neither man is willing to blink. At this point, the confrontation isn't physical, but the legal intensity is already explosive.
ILA.gov.
They want you trespassed.
You mind if I get your name and badge number? I didn't get.
Detective Swagler.
Detective Swagler?
Yes, sir. 295 Salem Police Department.
295. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I'm going to read you, and I know this will be my third time saying it, but this will be the last favor that I do everybody here. A5, under criminal trespass to state-supported land, right? A person commits criminal trespass to state-supported land when he or she enters upon a right-of-way, including facilities and improvements thereon. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong section here.
Different guy who's refusing to give his name and making you want to trespass.
A person commits criminal trespass to state-supported land when he or she enters upon land supported in whole or in part with state funds or federal funds administered, granted through state agencies or any building on the land by presenting false documents or falsely representing his or her identity orally. I haven't done that, right? We'll skip to the part where this will apply, what it doesn't apply. Okay? If I refuse to leave, well, I'm going to go back inside.
And now he's stating he's going to go back inside.
Absolutely, I have the right to. I came out here on my own free will, not because I was being detained. Just do me a favor.
You're allowed to stay outside, but you can't record inside.
Oh, I'm allowed to be inside also. When I remain upon the land or in the building, here's the important part, and who thereby interferes with another person's lawful use or enjoyment of the building or land. How does me exercising my First Amendment constitutionally protected right interfere with anybody's lawful use or enjoyment of this building? I promise you, I told these guys, call Tim Hudspeth. It's gonna save you guys from having to lose your qualified immunity over this. This is clearly established. The prosecutor of Salem, of Marion County, knows exactly what I'm doing, and he will tell you.
Here's the deal.
You do yourself a favor and speak with him.
I told you my first name. Can I at least get your first name so I'm not saying sir?
Respectfully, I'm not going to. You can just call me sir. I appreciate that.
Okay, sir, you're not allowed on the property. You're not allowed inside. Okay, you're trespassed. Okay, so you're not allowed.
By who?
The Illinois Secretary of State.
This segment is the heart of the conflict. The officer attempts to ground his authority by reading the criminal trespass statute, the very law he claims the auditor is violating. But as he reads aloud, line by line, the auditor dismantles each point in real time. The statute mentions false identity. The auditor gave none. The statute mentions interference. The auditor caused none. You can feel the officer's frustration building with every correction, every pushback. And at the same time, you can feel the auditor's confidence rising. He knows this law. He's been through this before. He even gives the officers the number of the county prosecutor, practically begging them to confirm what he already knows. He's not trespassing. This is the moment where the viewer feels the pressure tightening. The officers are running out of legal footing. The auditor is running out of patience. The tension is close to snapping, and the next part decides everything.
So
or
you're
hereby trespass.
so you're
And
not
now
gonna
as-
call
as
Tim
as a
Hudspeth?
state officer, right now I'm trespassing you from the property. Whether or not you have a right to be somewhere, the people who have this property have a right to trespass you.
Well, it's public property.
Yeah, but we can trespass you from this property, okay, because it's state property.
So you're just going to not even do yourself the favor and call Tim Hudspeth?
I called my sergeant, that's all I need to call.
But the prosecuting attorney of this county, you're not willing to count?
State policy dictates
Okay.
exactly what I gave you.
Well, respectfully, I'm trying to help you here, right?
And-
Because
and
I'm not,
respectfully,
you're misinformed.
And
I've already
sorry.
been through this in the area,
I
in
understand.
Marion County, with Tim Hudspeth,
I understand.
okay? No, you don't understand, or you don't care.
I appreciate what you have to say.
I don't feel like you do, because you're trying to violate my rights and you're not even willing to go through any single route to rectify your mistake right now. So under the authority of who?
The Illinois Secretary of State Police.
Because it's going to come down on yourself personally and your department.
You have the number for our general counsel. For the
I
Secretary
don't
of
need
State.
counsel to exercise my constitutionally given rights.
Yeah, I understand that. So I'm
So
gonna
you
ask
just
to
don't
leave the
care
property,
then?
okay?
So you
And
just don't care?
Are you refusing to identify yourself?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I need a fingerprint check.
Is your body camera on?
It is on. Everybody's.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So, are you refusing to leave the property
Am I going to be arrested if I
Yes,
don't leave?
you are.
Under what authority?
under the authority of the Illinois Secretary of State Police?
So, because I've
The
never...
authority given to me by the state of Illinois.
Okay, so what exactly would happen?
Well, normally I would just write you a ticket and send you on your way for criminal trespass, okay?
But because
normally
I'm being
criminal-
so defiant, it's going to
Well,
escalate.
what it is, it's failure to identify. So I have to write a name on that ticket.
So you suspect me of a crime.
I do.
So I've been detained this whole time.
Right now you are, because you're refusing to leave the property.
So if I leave,
If
I just walk away right now, then what?
then I'm going to let you walk away, because I don't want to write you a ticket. I don't want to take you to jail. If you stay
Okay.
on this property any longer, then I am going to have to put handcuffs on you and take you to the jail.
Well, I don't
and
want
fingerprint
that.
you. I don't want that either, because
It seems like you do.
no, I don't.
You're not even willing to go down an avenue that I've given
You know what time I
you.
get off work? 4 o'clock. 4:16.
Nobody's
I don't
forcing
really
you to
want
violate my rights right now, sir.
Now the encounter reaches its boiling point. The officer's voice turns stern. Refusal to leave means detention. Refusal to identify means arrest. The auditor fires back, calling out the misuse of authority and predicting litigation. The officers insist it's state property. The auditor insists it's public property. The conflict spirals. The threat of fingerprints, jail, and stacked charges enters the conversation. The auditor challenges everything: the authority, the process, and the logic. And the officers, cornered legally and emotionally, double down. But then, the twist. Another officer returns with definitive clarity. The state attorney confirms the auditor cannot be trespassed. The entire legal argument collapses in an instant. Authority gives way to truth. And what follows is a quiet, almost humbling walk back, as the officers step aside and allow the auditor to proceed inside the building freely. This final moment is the...
I'm sorry you feel that way.
You don't even do yourself the favor of calling him, though. Like
I
I'm
called my
obviously.
sergeant. That's all I need to call. And I provided you documentation from our legal counsel as far as a
Would
number
either one
for
of
to
you be
call.
willing to call Tim Hudspeth?
This is Secretary of State property. Secretary of State is.
And I just read you the statute that he was trying
And I
to
just told you.
cite me with.
And I just told
so
you what I
nobody's
have to say.
willing to even save yourselves the qualified
Kind of.
immunity.
From what I'm gathering, we're kind of at an impasse, right?
Well, yeah, because I'm
you
exercising rights and you're violating
Yeah.
rights. That's the
I'm sorry you
impasse.
feel that way. So right now you are on state property, okay? So, and I am asking you to leave. If you fail to leave, then you will be charged for criminal trespass.
What is that? A book and release, or is it down to the jail? You hold me for the weekend,
Well, as
or
of
what?
right now, you're failing to identify.
Okay.
So if you
So we're
fail to-
stacking charges
yeah.
for exercising
so,
rights.
So if you fail to identify, then you're going to be taken in and fingerprinted so I can get your identity. So then I can write you the ticket, and then you can be released.
How does that work? You guys beat me into oblivion until I'm willing to Till you can forcefully, I mean, because so if
Why
I'm
would you say beat you in a building? Why would you use terminology?
well, because I'm not willing to identify, so I'm not going to be willing to fingerprint, right? So just because you put me in handcuffs and put me in a car and take me somewhere, I'm supposed to just be willing to
Well, the problem that we have
waive
here
my rights now?
is so criminal trespass is just a ticket. That's all it is.
Right.
But whenever you start failing to identify and stuff like that, what name are we going to put on the ticket if you're not willing to identify?
Well, it's not a ticket, though. It's not criminal trespass. I just read him the statute. He's not willing to listen. I will read you the statute if you want.
Because you're refusing. Because we gave you the opportunity to leave, and now you're not doing it.
I don't need. You should give me the opportunity to exercise my constitutional rights by recording in a public space, respectfully.
I understand what you're saying.
So you just don't care then? If you're not willing to do that, then I guess you deserve the litigation that's going to follow. That's just the bottom line. You're going to be stripped of your qualified immunity.
So like I said before, we have a question.
State's Attorney, Tim Hudson. He advised me that's a public place. You can be in here. We cannot trespass.
Thank you.
So,
Swagler?
with that being
Detective
said,
Swagler?
Detective Swagler.
Appreciate it. It took long enough, but
Salem Police Department. We're
You're
going
out.
to be on our way.
yeah, you're not going to enforce. So,
Let me speak with you for just a minute.
you guys' body cam's not muted, right?
Cam is on.
Not muted? Appreciate that, sir. Thank God. Appreciate it, sir. I'm going to come inside with you since I do have the
You
right
did
to.
say as long as you stay in the public area, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
don't
That's
go-
all I had been doing.
Okay.
Didn't bother anybody.